Hi everyone, my name is Mark. I'm a certified financial planner and portfolio manager with Harbourfront Wealth Management in Winnipeg. Today I wanted to go over one of the biggest issues I see with RSPs, and that's the RRSP Tax Bomb. So let's dig into it. So before we can understand the tax bomb, we need to understand how the Canadian tax system works first. So let's say we have John here, and John makes $140,000 per year. So that puts John in a 43.4% tax bracket. Now that doesn't mean that John is paying 43.4% tax on all of his income, but just on the income within that tax bracket. And that's important to understand. Now let's say that John puts in $10,000 into his RSPs this year. So what that does is it reduces his taxable income. Now on this $10,000 contribution, he's going to get a tax reduction based on what tax bracket he was in when he made that contribution. So he's going to save $4,340 on his taxes. Now let's fast forward to retirement. And let's say that John is now making $50,000 between his pension, his CPP, and his old age security. So at $50,000, he's in the 33.25% tax bracket. And now let's say that John takes out $10,000 from his RSP or his RIF. So that gets added to his income. So it goes up to $60,000. And on that $10,000 withdrawal, he's going to have to pay taxes of just over $3,000. So in this case, RSPs made sense. When John put in $10,000, he saved just over $4,000 in taxes. And once he took that $10,000 out of his RSP or his RIF, he only had to pay taxes of $3,000 or $3,300. So he was $1,000 to the positive. Now the issue with RSPs is what happens upon death. So let's say again, John, he reaches retirement and his RSPs or his RIF or locked in account, LIRA, LIF, let's say all those accounts together are worth $500,000. And let's say that his wife also has RSPs of $500,000 as well. So together they have $1 million. Now, if John passes away, his $500,000 can get converted to his wife tax-free, no issue there. But as soon as the second spouse passes away, or if you're single, whatever money that you have in RSPs, your RIF, your LIRA, your LIF, it all gets taxed in 1 year. So John's spouse's income would be $1 million, and she would end up paying over 50% tax on most of this money. All right, so that's the tax bomb. I mean, if you don't take the money out before you pass away, you might end up paying a huge amount on your tax bill. So what can you do instead? So again, John is making $50,000 in retirement, and he's taking out $10,000 a year. So what I would tell John to do instead is take out at least $22,000 per year. So take more out now while you're in a low tax bracket rather than potentially having to pay 50% down the road. So if John takes out $22,000 from his RSP, his income is going to go up to $72,000. It's important, $72,000, that is at the limit of that tax bracket. So he's still only going to have to pay 33% tax on this money. So I'd rather John take more money out today, even if he doesn't need it, and pay 33% tax, rather than just leaving it in his RSP or his RIF and paying over 50% tax down the road. So you have to be very careful with this. It's very important to note that a lot of advisors get paid based on how much money they manage for you. So it's not really in their best interest to tell you to take more money out of your RSPs, because that means there's less money for them to manage. That means you're paying them less money overall. So Very important to take a look at this and have an RRSP withdrawal plan in place. Again, sometimes it makes sense to take funds out even if you don't need it, because you don't want to be subject to that 50% tax bracket, because that's a huge chunk of money going to the CRA, where you probably want it going somewhere that means a lot more to you. So until next time, take care. Thanks for watching today's video. If you're looking for more great information or tips, make sure to download my complimentary retirement guide below.